Welcome to your pickleball journey. By the end of this video, you'll know how to choose your pickleball equipment, understand the court layout, grasp the essential rules, and even have some basic strategy under your belt. Ready to prove that anyone can learn pickleball? Let's begin. A pickleball court is smaller than a tennis court, measuring 20 feet wide and 44 feet long. The court is divided into several key areas that you need to know. First, there's the inbounds area, where the ball must land to stay in play. This includes all the lines marking the court boundaries. If the ball touches any part of these lines, it's considered in. Everything outside these lines is out of bounds. One of the most important areas on the court is the non-volley zone, also known as the kitchen. This is a 7-foot area on both sides of the net. The kitchen is crucial to gameplay because it prevents players from smashing the ball while standing close to the net. You can't volley, hit the ball before it bounces while you're in the kitchen. This rule promotes longer rallies and prevents one player from dominating at the net. Another key rule in pickleball is the two-bounce rule. After the serve, the ball must bounce once on each side of the court before players can start volleying. This rule is essential for starting each rally and keeps the game fair for both teams. Now, let's talk about how points are scored in pickleball. The game is typically played to 11 points, and you must win by 2. Only the serving team can score points, which adds a strategic element to the game. When the serving team commits a fault, it's called a side out, and the serve goes to the other team. The scoring system in pickleball is unique. The server announces 3 numbers before each serve: the serving team score, the receiving team score, and the server number, either 1 or 2. For example, if you're serving and the score is 5-3 in your favor, and you're the second server on your team, you'd call out 5-3-2 before serving. Pickleball games are usually played as the best of 3 games to 11 points. Remember, you must win by 2 points, so if the score is 10-10, you'll keep playing until one team has a 2-point lead. As you step onto the court, visualize these areas and rules. Imagine yourself standing behind the baseline, ready to serve. Picture the kitchen in front of you, reminding you to stay back until the right moment. See the ball bouncing on each side of the court before the rally truly begins. Now that you understand the court layout, let's dive into the exciting world of gameplay and strategy. We'll start with the serve, which is crucial in pickleball. There are 2 types of serves in pickleball: the volley serve and the drop serve. The volley serve is the traditional method. You must hit the ball in an upward arc with your paddle below your wrist at contact. The ball should be struck below your waist. This serve can be tricky for beginners, but with practice, you'll get the hang of it. For those just starting out, the drop serve might be easier. Simply drop the ball and let it bounce before hitting it. There's no limit on how many times the ball can bounce, giving you more control over your timing. Regardless of which serve you choose, foot placement is critical. Both feet must stay behind the baseline until you hit the ball. Stepping on or over the line before contact results in a fault. Now, let's talk about scoring. In pickleball, only the serving team can score points. Before each serve, you'll call out 3 numbers: your team's score, the opposing team's score, and the server number 1 or 2. For example, if your team has 5 points, the other team has 3, and you're the second server, you'd call 5-3-2 before serving. Let's walk through a simulated game to help you understand common faults and how to avoid them. Imagine you're serving. You drop the ball, let it bounce, and hit it diagonally across the court. The receiving team lets it bounce once before returning it. Remember, the ball must bounce once on each side before players can start volleying. This is the 2-bounce rule we mentioned earlier. As the rally continues, watch out for these common faults: hitting the ball into the net, hitting the ball out of bounds, or letting the ball bounce twice before returning it, and stepping into the kitchen to volley the ball. To avoid these mistakes, focus on controlled shots rather than power. Aim for the middle of the court to reduce your chances of hitting the ball out of bounds. Now, let's talk strategy. After the serve and return, both teams will try to get to the non-volley zone line, also known as the kitchen line. This position allows you to cover more of the court and react quickly to your opponent's shots. However, remember you can't step into the kitchen to volley the ball. When your opponents are at the kitchen line, try to hit low shots that force them to hit up, giving you an opportunity for an offensive shot. If you're at the kitchen line and your opponents hit a high shot, that's your chance to smash it down for a point. For serving strategy, it's common for both players on the serving team to start behind the baseline. This positioning helps you avoid faults related to the 2-bounce rule and allows you to return the ball effectively. Now that you've got the basics down, Let's talk about the different formats you can play in pickleball, singles and doubles. Each format offers a unique experience and requires different strategies. Doubles play. Doubles is the most popular format in pickleball, where two players form a team on each side of the court. Communication and teamwork are crucial in doubles. You'll need to work closely with your partner, coordinating movements and covering the court together. With two players on each side, there's less ground to cover individually, which can make the game a bit less physically demanding than singles. Doubles games often involve more strategic play, such as dinking, soft shots into the kitchen area, and quick volleys at the net. The key to success in doubles is staying in sync with your partner and maintaining solid court coverage. Singles play. Singles pickleball, on the other hand, is a one-on-one match where each player is responsible for covering the entire court by themselves. This format is more physically demanding, as you'll need to move quickly to cover more ground. Singles play focuses more on placement, consistency, and endurance. The goal is to move your opponent around the court to create opportunities for winning shots. Since there's no partner to rely on, singles players must be more self-reliant and strategic in their shot selection. If you enjoy the social aspect of sports and prefer a game that emphasizes teamwork, doubles might be your go-to format. On the other hand, if you're looking for a more intense, physically challenging experience that tests your individual skills, singles could be more up your alley. Many players enjoy both formats, as each offers its own set of challenges and rewards. Now that you know the ins and outs of the game, let's talk about the gear you'll need. Don't worry, pickleball doesn't require a lot of fancy equipment. You just need 3 essential items: a paddle, a ball, and the right shoes. Let's start with the paddle. As a beginner, you'll want to go for a composite paddle. These are lighter and offer better performance than wooden paddles. Wooden paddles are heavier, and you'll likely outgrow them quickly as your skills improve. A good composite paddle typically costs between $50 to $100. This might seem like a bit of an investment, but trust me, it's worth it for the improved gameplay experience. Also, pay attention to the grip size of the paddle. A comfortable grip will help you maintain control and prevent strain. Next up, we have the pickleball itself. There are actually 2 types of pickleballs: outdoor and indoor. Outdoor pickleballs are harder and designed for use on outdoor courts, usually in bright yellow or green to make them easier to see in sunlight. Indoor pickleballs, on the other hand, are softer, often white or orange, and meant for gym courts with hardwood flooring. It's a good idea to bring a few extra balls with you, just in case one cracks during play. Now, let's talk about footwear. This is where a lot of beginners make mistakes. You might think any athletic shoe will do, but that's not the case. Proper court shoes are crucial in pickleball. Tennis shoes are your best bet because they provide excellent lateral support. This is important because pickleball involves a lot of side-to-side movement. Running shoes, while great for jogging, aren't designed for the lateral movements in pickleball and could increase your risk of ankle injuries. One last thing to keep in mind: the characteristics of your paddle can significantly impact your gameplay. As you get more experienced, you might want to experiment with different paddle types to find the one that suits your playing style best. Congratulations, you've just learned the essentials of pickleball. We've covered equipment selection, court layout, key rules, and basic gameplay strategies. Now it's time to put your knowledge into action. Remember, the best way to improve is by playing. Don't worry if you make mistakes. That's part of the learning process. Each game will help you refine your skills and deepen your understanding of the sport. Thank you for joining me on this beginner's guide to pickleball. If you found this video helpful and want to continue improving your skills, be sure to hit the subscribe button below.